Welcome to the Samurai Salaryman's Let's Play of Shadowrun Returns, the Dead Man Switch. When we last left off, our hero, Violent Perspective, was just about to aid Coyote in tracking down her cousin, Gino, who's gone missing in the underbelly of Seattle. His trail has led to this BTL lab. Now let's see if we can get inside. Yorick looks twitchy, his eyes rolling in his head. He scans the three of you, looks past to see if there are others, licks his lips, and nods throughout as if going through some internal checklist. Hoi hoi, how you doing? Good day for trip, ain't it? She leans in, whispers in your ear. This guy's a clocker, trades work time for chips, part salesman, part lookout. Probably has a signal device for the guys inside. You want to go on a ride? You can forget you're a troll for a while. You sell BTLs, right? He grins a lopsided grin. Oh yeah, chummer. Oh yeah, better than life. Definitely better. Dream chips, mind benders, SimStim, SimSense without peak limits, high octane intensity. What kinds of rides can I go on? We got it all of it. We got it all. Yeah, what you want to do? You want to do some crime? You want to be bad? We can hook you up. Don't roll that way? Want to be a hero? Be a hero. We got fairy tale direct chummers love, you name it. You can slag and frag to your heart's content. That's the real thing, right? Slagging and fragging. Don't matter what the trip as long as there's slagging involved, right? Coyote's eyes are hard, her pupils tight little pinpricks of hate. You do snuff too, don't you? The clocker looks around, more nervous now. Maybe yeah, maybe, for the right price, you can feel it, what it's like to die, what it's like to kill. How does this place operate? How do I get in? It's the best part, It's a lab. They test the new stuff here, the hottest Drek. You can place a special order and they'll make it happen. You buy a pass card from the guy at the door. It'll get you in and out anytime you want. Then you can buy a beetle and slot right there. Our guys guard you while you're chipping. Safest way, chummer, safest way. Don't you think you're hurting people selling them this Drek? His eyes stop rolling. He's focused, on high alert. You want to step back off of that? You want to step way the hell back? This is sprawl biz, chummer. It's the biz of the people and by the people. It's for the fragging people, so slot off with that unless you're looking to get hurt. Guess I'm just looking to hurt. Punch him. Glass jaw. Mouse. Technical error there. Let's see what this concerned woman has to say. This woman is probably in her 30s, but hard times have aged her. She looks at you with concern. Don't do it, friends. Don't slot that direct they're selling. BTLs are killers. Theirs most of all. You sound like you know from experience. She pulls her hair back to show you. No implant. Then her mouth tightens and her eyes well up in tears. I do, I know. Lost my husband. Lost my son. My daughter, the user. To record. Tears stream down her face. Do you have a pass to get in there? No, but Jamal has my son's card. Took it off him when his brain fried. Jamal's down the hall. Don't know if he'll give it up, but that's between you and him. What kind of guards do they have on this place? She looks around, frightened, whispers. They're serious. This place is backed by the Yakuza. Japanese mafia. Oh man. How many and what kind of firepower? There's a guy on the door, Charlie. He sells the passes to get in. He's not tough, blind in one eye. There's another 5 or so wandering around. 2 of them are bad news, covered in magic symbols. Mean. 5 or 6? That's not so bad. We have surprise on our side. Any chip heads inside the lab? Yep, all day, all night. And they can be dangerous too. Chip heads dangerous? Once someone's chipped, they can send them whatever program they want. Make them do whatever. Turn them into whores, killers, anything. We're looking for a kid named Gino. Know him? Who doesn't? He's here all the time. Gino's a clocker. Trades his time for chips. Like their little errand boy. I saw him go in there this morning. Hasn't come out, so I imagine he's riding a dream chip. Got to go. Okay, that's Charlie. See if we can find Jamal. Ah, here he is. Okay, let's see if Jamal will listen to reason. Jamal has the look of a long-time chiphead, emaciated, hollow-eyed, but hungry and desperate. What you looking at, big man? I hear you have a pass card. Give it to me. His lip curls into a feral snarl. This is the barons, Ome. You want it, you take it. Got troublemakers out here. What's going on out there? Okay. Well, I'm gonna switch on the killing hands. I'm gonna punch Jamal. Bye, Jamal. Okay. I'm going to put Taco here. We should try it. Coyote here. Have her. Oh, nasty. He's gonna kill you for that. Let's shoot the elephant. Paco. Dwarf also again. Really? Oh, ouch. Pay for that. Really? He's done. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use Paco's lesser. Me. I'm gonna use one Coyote's one. Her. We should be good now. You pick up a worn and mangled notebook. It smells of sweat and alcohol. Leaf through the notebook. The notebook contains lists of illegal Simpsons rides and the names of clients who have purchased them. Look for interesting BTL names. Better-than-life rides run the gamut from fantasies like I Can Fly to real-life recordings such as Bum Killer. The list of rides doesn't seem to have much value. Look for interesting client names. Upon further examination, the clients list is more than a simple list of names. It also contains private information about some of the more well-to-do or connected clientele. Maybe that the syndicate behind this lab is directing certain clients here to secretly extract information from them while they are under the influence. Okay, I will... The notebook is likely worth something if you can sell it. Yeah, I will take it then. Okay. Let's go on through. The entire floor of this tenement has been given over to a chaos of technology and squalor. Across the room, chromed-out Decker argues loudly with an armed thug, abruptly falling silent as they turn towards you. The shotgun-wielding thug squeaks in panic. "It's the crew that took out Stevie J's place. I told you it was only a matter of time." The man with the cyberdeck calmly speaks with a heavily digitized voice. "You messed with the wrong BTL lab, a-ho. This is a Yakuza operation. With the push of a button, I can make these tweakers into my own personal killer puppets. You're fragged." Violent perspective. Don't attack any of the chipheads. They don't know what they're doing, and you could hurt Gino. No civilian casualties. Got it. I have a concussion grenade. Better than fragging the tweakers if they get caught in the middle. Dance for me. Okay. Let's go over here. Paco. Right. Some Coyote. Right there. Nice. Deck myself in this computer. Confirm. Paco. Fisher. Yes. Good job. Oh, nice, nice. Nice. Out of the game again. I will actually reload. Ouch. Good. Okay. You're in my domain now. Okay. Let's... Miss. Okay, missed. Awesome. I missed. No big deal. Let's go around the corner. Okay. Let's get plaster. Is that right there? Shoot. All right. Well, let's see. A couple options here. Thinking the best one probably is actually lost that grenade. Probably in a few minutes. Shoot, the range is coming in. Okay. No. He's killer. That's him done. Nice. Okay. Better than life database management system. Gently wind down the puppets. Okay. And that's me out of here. It's done.
Don't fail me now. Yes. Gino. Gino! Okay. Success. Gain 1 karma for that. Do not let any chip heads die. Okay. Let's have to talk to Gino. You eject the BTL Gino's been riding. He gasps suddenly as his eyes flutter open. He looks confused, worse than the other chip heads you've seen. His lips are white and chapped, his eyes sunk into his head. There's vomit on his shirt and sweat on his forehead. When he speaks, his words are slurred. He's burnt. What the hell? Who slotted me out? Who the fraggin' slotted me out? Coyote is shaking. She looks horrified. Gino, it's me. It's Carla. Gino looks at her with glazed eyes. No recognition. Slot me back in, goddammit. This is bullshit. I don't want to be here anymore. Slot me back in. He looks around the room. Angrily, his hand reaches for his implant. Coyote grabs his wrist, stops him.
Gino, no. Coyote, be careful. Gino wrenches his wrist from Coyote's grasp, and he staggers back, reaches under his shirt, and pulls out a gun. Coyote watches him, horrified, with tears in her eyes. Gino waves it around, blinking wildly. Back off. Just back the hell off. Take it easy, Gino. We're backing off. He presses his hands to the sides of his head, his fingers still on the trigger, squints. What the hell is wrong with you people? We're trying to help you. This is the way you help me? Look at this place. Look at me. He looks around at the squalid room, then glimpses his own reflection in the machinery. Oh God, look at me. There are drugs that can help you, Gino. We can go slow. He looks at Coyote, looks at you. We'll go slow. He drops the gun and Paco quickly scoops it up. Coyote grabs him fiercely. He slumps into her arms, and she rocks with him for a long time, her head buried in his shoulder. When she looks up, she locks eyes with you, the deepest gratitude reflecting on her face. We're done here. I'm done. I don't need to step foot in one of these places ever again. Looking for trouble. Shannon's plan is the best lead you've got to find out more about the Ripper, but getting back into the warehouse is going to require some support, in case the Drek hits the fan. The Seamstresses Union will have exactly what you need, a fixer. Finding this necessary middleman and deal broker is key to most plans involving Shadowrunners. A good fixer is worth the new yen. It's their job to have the contacts and know who's good at what. They'll put together the team you need, magical support, skilled street samurai for muscle, or a Novahot Decker for matrix work. Running the shadows is life and death gamble. It pays to hire the best Shadowrunners you can. Continue. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk to this John Bartlett. Cherry Bomb flags you down as you walk through the door. Hey, Violent Perspective, there's a woman looking for you, Jessica something. She's waiting for you by the stage, Bellevue type. Wouldn't order anything, won't touch anything. I think she's afraid of diseases or something. Thanks, Cherry. No charge, Shummer. Why's the bar so empty? We don't get much action in the early afternoon, just a few salarymen slumming Touristville and hoping to talk to Madame Sinful, or some die-hard regulars. Madame Sinful. That's how the downtown folks call Mrs. Kubota. It's a Touristville thing. They like her to have a naughty name like that. Who's around? I just got in, but I think Coyote's cleaning the back bar. Mr. Delilah is hanging out in his usual place. The vendors downstairs came in a few minutes after me. Oh, and Bartlett's here. Don't think you've met him yet. Who's Bartlett? John Bartlett, big presence at the end of the bar. He's in the biz, connected. You might want to meet him. Is that guy still bothering you? You mean my ex, Shane? Yeah. No, he hasn't been in since that last time. No calls or pages or handwritten notes either. Weird. He was so persistent. I guess he finally got the message. Maybe he'll find someone at the Universal Brotherhood of his and settle down. I'm gonna have a look around. Have fun. Okay. Let's talk this John. Full of life, with a quick smile, the man tilts his head and watches you approach. Hey guy, what's shaking? Have you looked around? There's a whole lot of shaking going on. I got something that might rock your world if you got time. Time is money. I'm listening. You ever hear the Nephilim Network? Of course you have. And in the know guy like you has to have heard of the Premier Merc team out there. Of course I have. And you know, you can hire us to run with you when you need expert help, not just the tube calling himself a runner. We cost more, but we're worth it. Okay, Ghost of Grizzled Veteran. Hey, I know you. You're a Violent Perspective. Thanks again for your help back in 2012. What can I do for you today? What are you doing here? Damned if I know. While I was alive, I wish I'd written Harry Potter because I'd be incredibly rich and I'd brought joy to endless millions. Now in death, I wish I'd written Harry Potter because Haunting Hogwarts instead of this dive. Any stories today? Oh, I've heard this one before. Any goodies for me today? Indeed I do. Okay, send this to your stash. Confirm. Well, I gotta get back to biz. Yeah, that seems to be a bug, because I already had that conversation with him. Anyway, let's talk to Van Gras. I'm very busy. You show me something worth my time, or you walk away. Data from the NTSB. Renraku would pay to keep it quiet, and Ares would pay to know what it is. I've got 800 new yen for something like that. Deal. It's done. Okay. Van Gras. Got a juicy list of BTL clients straight from a Yakuza syndicate lab. That's dangerous info. I'd rather not handle it, so how about 600? Deal. It's done. Okay. Let's go have a word with Jessica Watts. At a glance, you can tell that Sam's sister Jessica is from a different world, the opposite of Sam in almost every way. Her suit is tailored, her eyes are sharp, and her style exudes authority. Ms. Watts, Jessica Watts. She eyes you up and down warily. She does a good job of hiding it, but it's clear that she is well outside of her comfort zone. Yes, and you are? My friends call me Violent Perspective, and I counted Sam among them. That's funny. I didn't think Sam had any friends. Well, maybe former... Quality over quantity, I suppose. I'm sorry, it's just that it doesn't match with the picture of Sam I've had in my head all these years. She shakes free the thought and attempts a lukewarm smile. So you're the one then, the one I was called about. A woman who called herself Coyote contacted me this morning to inform me that my brother was dead, and that I should come to this place and speak to someone about an investigation. That's right. Sam didn't die of natural causes. He was murdered. She briefly casts her eyes skyward, then gives a small shake of her head. I wish I could say that it's a shock, but given the circles he ran in, Sam hadn't run the shadows in years. If you say, but even so, look at this place, these people, and you. She then furrows her brow, regarding you more critically. You're not with the police, are you? I'm getting that a lot lately, but no. The look on her face, she's clearly struggling with this. I'll be honest, I would just as soon put this all behind me, and the fastest way to do that is through proper channels. Surely there is an official police investigation going on. Why not let the professionals handle this? I am a professional. But you must have better things to do than waste your time searching for whoever killed my low-life brother. First, Sam was my friend, and second, I'm being paid for my trouble. She seems genuinely surprised. Someone's paying you. I find it hard to believe that someone who really knew Sam would put up the money. Who is it? Sam. He hired me from beyond the grave. I don't understand. It's called a dead man switch. It triggered when he died. And to believe that my drunken sod of a brother hired you to find the person who killed him after he died. Her boardroom mask drops momentarily, and in a sigh she reveals a brief glimpse of real emotion. I left Seattle to get away from Sam and his bullshit. Now I'm back, he's dead, and I still have to deal with him. Jessica composes herself, and in a breath the mask is back in place. Listen to me, Violent Perspective. You seem like a decent person, but I'm trying to move on with my life. Our mother killed herself last year, and Sam was Sam, you know. I've worked so hard to put my family issues behind me. I don't want to see this drag on. I would love nothing more than to give you closure, and quickly. I appreciate that, but I think I'd prefer to just let it be No one else needs to get hurt. On the streets, honor just means something. Your brother had my back when I needed him. I can't walk away from this. Are you talking about the same man? My brother was worthless, violent perspective, worthless. He used people, She sighs. She's done. Never mind. I can see that you're not going to let this go, and I respect that you are honoring my brother's memory in your own way, but I hope you can understand how emotional this is for me. Jessica's demeanor instantly changes from reluctant to helpful in the span of a single meditative breath. Maybe you can do things in a way that the police can't, and maybe I can help. What do you need from me? When was the last time you saw or spoke to Sam? It's been ages. I can't even remember. The bartender here recalls Sam complaining about arguments with his sister. I don't know what to say. Maybe he dwelled on the past when he was in his cups. We certainly argued enough when we were younger. Where were you on the night of Sam's murder? We'll overlook the implied accusation and tell you that I was at a fundraiser all evening, a very crowded fundraiser. Did Sam have any enemies? Sam's biggest enemy was Sam. I don't know of any others. You would likely know better than me these days. Were you and your brother close? I think I've made my feelings about Sam pretty clear, don't you? You don't seem to care whether his killer faces justice. Of course I want justice. I just can't let him drag me down again. Show her the picture of her and Sam as children. Jessica takes the photo from you guardedly, as if it might sting her, but the guard drops the moment she looks at it. Where did you find this? Sam's bunk. Can't believe he kept this. It's one of the few possessions he had. She studies the old photograph for several silent moments. What happened between the two of you? Things were different back then. We were different. We were a family. Then, after our father died, things began to change, and we couldn't get back to a new normal. With our dad around, there was always a reassuring order to our lives, but after, everything got mixed up. You can never really appreciate the importance of a person in your life until they're gone. The remorse plays wet across her eyes, and it seems that she's not just talking about her father. Jessica then steels herself to tell the rest. Sam tried to be the man of the house. He truly did, but he couldn't handle it. And pretty soon he had spent every dime of her father's life insurance, every dime. After that was gone, with Mom working 2-3 jobs, he spent all her money too. I couldn't stand the way he abused her trust, so finally I just had to leave. She holds the photo forward, one part of her ready to relinquish it along with the past, and another looking to hold on to both. May I keep this? Sure, I got what I needed from it. Thank you. Tell me about your mother and her death. She was a devout Catholic. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that she sacrificed her life for Sam and me. But she turned a blind eye to what Sam was becoming, refused to acknowledge his downward slide. I couldn't watch her do it anymore, so I moved out. After I left, we drifted farther and farther apart. I wasn't here when she died. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I returned to Seattle 5 months ago. Where were you living before you moved back here? Cal-free. What brought you down here? It was less of what brought me there than what made me leave here. I felt lost in Seattle, so I moved to California to see if I could find myself. And did you? Actually, yes. While I was there, I developed a whole new outlook on life, a vision of what the world could become, and I came back here to help make it happen. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you, Mrs. Watts. Ms. Watts. Just as well, I need to get back to the office. Before I go, you should know that I am reinterring my mother's body tomorrow, and I'm arranging to have Sam buried with her. The funeral is tomorrow at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament, 7 o'clock. You're more than welcome to attend. Thanks. Goodbye, Violent Perspective. I hope you find what you're looking for. Stay safe. Okay. Some karma. Okay. Let's head around here. Talk to Mr. Clue.
Glad to see you well, Violent Perspective. And you, Mr. Clue, holding down the fort? As always, though people are more on edge than usual, word got around about the latest Ripper killing, and people aren't feeling safe. And when people feel unsafe, they either go to ground or they huddle up. You notice how empty the streets are these days? That's because everyone's either locked in their squats, holed up in places like this, or seeking refuge in the nearest Universal Brotherhood chapter house. Safety in numbers, chummer. Not that we need numbers here. I got it covered. I'll bet you do. See you later, Mr. Clue. Later. So to Coyote. The Coyote sees you. Her eyes glisten with gratitude. There he is, the troll of the hour. How's Gino doing? Hard to say. He's pretty burnt, malnourished, and dehydrated too. Paco's taking care of him. He's got friends who know about that kind of thing. She smiles. He's a good man, that Paco. The world looks pretty different to me now that I've got Gino back. You still gonna be a runner? She looks at you confused. Hell yeah, I'm gonna be a runner. I am a runner, oh may. I just play bartender to make ends meet. See you around. Don't forget about me if you need some backup of your own. Okay, sweet. Let's go talk to Mr. Delilah. If you're talking to me, there is business to transact, am I right? Of course you're right. It's your job to be right. This is correct. You are a smart guy. What can I do for you? Smart guy. Need to put a crew together. You got scratched, you're planning to pay me out of your earnings. I'll pay a percentage of what I earn. Screw you, I don't speculate. In that case, I can pay the runners up front. Excellent. We agree on terms. I've got some runners on call if you got any special requests. Yeah. I got some stuff to take care of first. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's pick up some new gear. See if there are any new spells I want. The elf called Algernon appears to be in a hushed but intense conversation as you approach. However, the other party of this discourse is nowhere to be seen. Turning to greet you, Algernon dismisses his invisible associate with a wave of his hand. Welcome, fellow child of the Sixth World. What can I help you with today? Tell me about yourself, Algernon. My story is not so different from those who have come before. I am but a merchant, though one whose wares are far from mundane. I came here from Tangier 4 years ago, and after the governor of Seattle signed an exclusive trade agreement with the Council of Princes, and so as the flow of magical goods came to pass through the city's ports, so have I. At times I miss the tour, but as unlikely as it may sound, this new home of mine is far more interesting. Is there anything else I can help you with? Let's see what you've got. Nothing I don't have already. Okay. Let's see if he has anything new. Need a fresh set of clothes? I'll take a look. Darn. Nothing new. Guess I have to wait till the next. See if they got anything new. York stands at attention and looks every bit like he's waiting for a commanding officer who he can crisply salute. He only appears at ease when he's cleaning the barrel of a rifle or counting out the bullets in a magazine. The rest of the time he appears as he is now, ramrod straight and primed for anything. And how are you, my friend? Fine day to fire a weapon. What say you? Tell me a little about yourself, Buster. Were you military?
After a fashion, yes, sir. Sergeant in the 31st California Militia. It's no longer a recognized unit, and there are those who would say we never were, but someone had to stand up to the tier, and it fell to us. Tier 10, Yes, sir. I was in Calfree when the elves came marching down from the north in 36. After the UCAS pulled their support, we had little in the ways of an organized defense, but what we did have was a stockpile of weapons and ammo down in Oakland. The locals in NoCal held out long enough for us to bring the heat, and I tell you, all the magic hoo-ha in the world ain't enough to stop a V11 hot rock from cracking your dome. We drove them elves all the way back to Eureka, but would have pushed them all the way back to Portland too, but some ninny down south reached out to the Japanese for aid and got our own version of Normandy for the trouble. Things went to hell in a handbasket from there. Don't much like to talk about those later days, so let's talk guns instead. Can I get you anything? Can I see what you have in stock? It's good to know. Never mind. David Fry II. Look like someone who needs the latest in Matrix tech. What can I get you? Let's see your inventory. Yeah, still better. Should probably have medic actually. Can't talk to Johnny, I guess. Alright, we'll talk to the doc and then we're done. Dr. Castle glances up only briefly from her charts. Her impish friend, on the other hand, tracks your every move like some sort of humanoid raptor with a mouse under its shadow. Lived to see another day, have you? It remains to be seen. Still more work to be done. So long as you end up here in the end and not on some organ grinder's table, I'm satisfied. Granted, a repeat customer means a person courting death more often than any good doctor should condone, but I don't suppose I can dissuade you from your course of action. Say nothing. Very well, then let's talk about how I can help ensure you make it back alive once more. How'd you fall in with this operation anyway, Doc? Dr. Castle pauses in her work, setting down her tablet and appearing to grow introspective. I suppose you might expect that I had a fall from grace. Certainly that is the case with many of my peers. If not that, you might think that I was compelled to do this because a friend or family member became a Shadowrunner, and I hurried to their assistance one fateful night. But the reality is that I grew up knowing that this is what I would do with my life. My parents were both Shadowrunners, and very successful ones at that, so successful that they retired in a very large house and raised a litter of kids who grew up hearing the impossible tales of their parents' younger years. Of course, we were expressly forbidden to follow in their footsteps. We were all expected to attend university and take full advantage of the opportunities they had fought so hard to give us. So Mom and Dad were proud to see me pursuing a medical degree, and they had only minor reservations about me applying that expertise to the treatment of Shadowrunners. After all, they never would have survived long enough to meet and fall in love, if not for the ministrations of several street dogs along the way. So I suppose you could say I was born into this life, after a fashion. She picks up her tablet and resumes her work. Is there anything else I can help you with? I'd like to look at your cyberware. It's only basic. Nothing here I really want. That's my data chalk. Exit. Never mind. Alright. Let's go back in. Okay, I think I'm ready to head off. Yes, I'm ready to go. Let's see them. Okay, so I got
shaman. I got me. See the Nephilim network. Meh. I actually get some stuff from my... I'm actually going to change a few things from my stash. Really use this, so I'm gonna send it to my stash. A heal wound instead. Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay. Oh, nice, we got a haste. And I'm out of bolt. Okay, I think we're good. Hire these runners and meet Shannon at the NTSB warehouse. You can still hire more runners. Do you want to continue anyways? Confirm. I think we're good. Return to the docks. You return to the docks to meet Shannon Halfsky. Although the Ripper's latest victim was her brother, Shannon appears cool and professional, a consummate runner by birth, if not by trade. She'll get the job done, and hopefully one of the hearth spirits in this place can point you towards the Ripper. Dealing with the spirits can be tricky business, but when they deliver, it's pure platinum. One doesn't have to be an Amerindian shaman to summon and control spirits. Anyone with magical talent can do it, but Shannon seems to have a particular connection to the spirit world. As you approach the gate, you know something's not right. The docks, already strange and uncomfortable at night, trigger the need for caution. Then you see it. The guards are missing and the gate's been smashed in. Continue. Okay. I think we're good. Confirm. Okay. Let's spend some karma. Unarmed. And that should be good for now. About time you showed up. Looks like we weren't the only ones to want to take advantage of the situation. Bunch of mercs have locked down the area. I don't think they're here for us, though. My guess is there's something worth a bit of coin left in that warehouse. Any chance we can sneak past? Probably not. They've been doing regular patrols around the perimeter, and the front door looks like it's locked. Okay. This seems like a pretty good place to stop for now. I've been the Samurai Salaryman, and you've been watching my Let's Play. Hit like and subscribe if you liked and would like to subscribe, and drop a comment. See you in the shadows.